Hey guys, I got this idea from Trends. It's general knowledge quiz on Quotev. Capital of France, that's Paris. Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare wrote it. Largest planet, it is Jupiter. The Pacific Ocean is largest in the world. First person to walk on the moon, Neil Armstrong. Continents on Earth, 7. Chemical for water, H2O. The country where Olympic Games began, Greece. The animal known as King of the Jungle. Surprisingly, there's actually 2 answers. I don't count this one. I go with the tiger, so that may be wrong. Hardest natural substance on Earth. I have to go with diamond. I'm pretty sure that's correct. How many sides does a hexagon have? 6. Smallest prime number. I believe that is 2, since 1's not there. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci. Main language spoken in Brazil, Portuguese. Known as the rising sun, Japan. In Celsius, it's 100. Gas does plants absorb from the atmosphere? Carbon dioxide. Who invented the telephone? Alexander Graham Bell. The currency of the United Kingdom is pound sterling. The legs on a spider, they have 8. Capital of France is Paris. And Juliet, William Shakespeare. Is Jupiter. The ocean, Pacific Ocean. First man to walk on the moon, Neil Armstrong. Of the world. Formula is H2O. First place where the Olympics were held, Athens, Greece. I missed. As you can see, lions are considered the king of the jungle, but wait. It's also the king of the jungle, so I didn't get the question wrong. It just depends on who you think is right. This is why I consider tigers the king of the jungle. Tigers consume 195 kg of meat, while lions eat around 15 pounds of meat, and female lions 5 kg. Basically, the tigers are eating better. Diamond is the hardest naturally occurring substance on Earth out of 10. It has 6 sides. Smallest prime number is 2. Painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Language spoken in Brazil, Portuguese. His nickname Land of the Rising Sun. Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius. Or carbon dioxide. Graham Bell created the telephone and telegraph. Currency, pound sterling. Has 8. I've memorized some of the questions, like the telephone. A bell shape is kind of similar to a telephone, and the Pacific Ocean is a gentle giant. Therefore, it's the largest ocean. I haven't taken an IQ test in a long time because it keeps wanting to do. Oh, you have to pay for your results. You have to send your email for the results. So last time I took it is when I was 12, and it was 125, which is above average. I did this because I wanted to, but it's not going to be a lot of times where I'm going to show off my intelligence, because it was used against me when I was growing up, I feel like, and I just couldn't relate to others unless I did something like, oh, I like art too. But if I try to bring up something like, oh, I did a science experiment when I was younger, and it was about growing bacteria, and everyone's like, what? So these odd things will interest me, but it's not something I would bring up because I feel like it hinders me more than it helps. For example, I learned to read when I was 15 months old, which is early, and instead of my parents being like, "What does this say?" and me reading it and it just being like, "Oh, okay, you can read early." They're like, "Oh, you read that sentence. Okay, now read on the computer." It's like, "Oh, you're smart. You need to do smart things," not considering what I felt like. I like art, yes. While I am smart, it's not the type of genius that I am. I am the creative genius. And while others see that as a waste, I don't. I enjoy it. A waste when I am using my IQ occasionally, like doing the general knowledge quiz or giving medical info or like just answering a question like, "Hey, what's the capital of Canada?" Growing up, friendship wise, I did not get along with smart people. For me, it was the hyper loud and childish people that I had the most fun with. And the people besides the hyper loud and childish that I would get along best with would be the shy bookworms. Not exactly a bookworm myself because I don't really like reading unless it's something like medical or mythology. Anyway, with those people because the personality was like mine, quiet, and stuff like that. So it was more us into their interests. I tell about mine and undermine their intelligence, but I just felt like they weren't to my level, and I didn't want to be with people friendship wise at my level because, while yes, I did want to talk about stuff like the cold stuff, I felt like I just didn't really fit in. It felt awkward to me, and I felt like I fit in more with like the shy, quiet, and also the hyper loud and childish, even though it felt weird with the hyper loud and childish, but I did have fun. Eventually, I got where I did not try to hang out with other geniuses, and I just decided to be friends with people that are shy, quiet bookworms and hyper loud and childish, because that's where I felt most comfortable. To socialize with other smart people has never gone away. I just decided, since it feels weird and I feel most comfortable around hyper loud and childish people and the shy and quiet bookworms, that I would just relate to those types of friends with art because that's what we get along with. Wanting to socialize with other geniuses, I mean, like talking about something like the water element in chemistry. Being happy by trying to be normal by socializing with friends about stuff like music, art, seeing what video games those people like. What I want to be seen as is someone normal, but I do have a high IQ when need be. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Notification bell to know when I post a video. See you next time.